everyone. I just wanted to take a quick second before the video begins to apologize one more time for the low quality on the audio. I had the situation figured out, but I also had the fan blowing half of the time, actually the entire time, so it may not be the best quality. Other than that, enjoy the gameplay. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, so today we're doing something pretty cool and possibly pretty long. We are going to be playing a digital FNM hosted by SimsMTG. And it's free entry, but there's some pretty cool prizes on the line, and I figured this is an awesome opportunity to make another video. So, if you haven't already seen my other elemental video, then this update probably isn't going to make a whole lot of sense to you, but if you had, let's go ahead and take a look at the deck I'm going to be playing tonight, which is the elemental deck. So, if you've been paying attention, Ikoria has recently released a new mechanic called Companion, and even though I'm not a huge fan of it, I can't deny that it can totally take advantage of Kahenra, which is, her companion edition is everything either has to be a cat, elemental, nightmare, dinosaur, or beast. It's all elementals, so yeah, all my creatures do. Basically, when she's on the battlefield, she gives +1/+1 and vigilance to all of my creatures. Some additional changes: I dropped the Lightning Stormkin down to a single copy. I added a copy of Fertilid. I dropped the Overgrowth Elemental down to 2. I added 2 copies of Vivian, Champion of the Wild, as well as 2 copies of Vivian, the Monster Advocate, and I got rid of the second Chandra. And, and Parcel Beast is down to 3, and Overgrowth Elemental is down to 2. So that's about it as far as any deck changes go. Alright, let's do this. Alright, now that we got that confusion out of the way, let's get some gameplay. Beast, let's see if you hold up to your name. I don't like that it's using it to fairy avatar. It usually implies to fairy things, and I didn't bother looking at his deck list. I will play first. I like going first in this game. In Pokemon I don't, but in this game going first is kind of a key. I'm not super happy about this hand because we don't have any immediate plays. Yeah, we're gonna mull on this one. I don't like mulling when I go first. Okay, we can keep this. Because what I can do is I can put this forest to the bottom of the deck, play a Temple of Mastery, and feel a little bit more comfortable about my draw. Why is it being so slow today? Oh, I haven't even got to test this card yet. I'm okay with that. So the theory is what I'm going to do with this card, whenever it attacks, choose... Hold on. Gotta get it out there. P2 life. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry for how glitchy this is being. I don't know what's going on. So we don't actually get to use the bonus right now, but it says, whenever it attacks, choose an elemental in your graveyard with toughness less than it. And, oh, that's the issue. The battery's getting low. That's embarrassing. Okay, hold on. You guys are probably hearing my fan right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this down tapped. We're going to mutate the Parcel Beast on top of the Thunderkin Awakener. I don't know if I mentioned that I put that in my deck earlier when I was looking at it, but yeah, it's there. And then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and attack again. Alright. charger is in, and that should be it for embarrassing hiccups. Alright, so let's actually take a second here. This at this point is just a 1-2, so I'm not super concerned about it. I think the obvious move here is to play an island, and then regret it, because it probably would have been better to play Kenra than what I'm about to do. But we're gonna do this anyway. Omnath is gonna come down, destroy what our opponent currently has on the battlefield, and then we will attack. On the following turn, I'm thinking we're gonna play Kahira. You know, I'm just going to call it Orphan Guard from now on. So I think next turn I'm going to play Orphan Guard. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, so pay 2 life, worth it. We will boost the power of the Parcel Beast, play the Orphan Guard, play the Trailblazer, and do some damage. Do a lot of damage. I think we have a good opportunity of winning this round at the very least. Yeah, I see there's a lot less glitchy now that the battery is plugged in. Oh look! They're also dealing with elementals. This might be a tad bit ahead of the curve here. We're gonna boost Omnath. I think it's safe to say this isn't a really good time to be attacking with Trailblazer. So what we're going to do is we will use Omnath and Parcel Beast / Anarchist to more or less try to bully our opponent down. I think we have a pretty solid shot at winning at this point. Oh, except he's gonna kill our Trailblazer. But that's fine. The only thing I'm not happy about right now is the fact that I'm top decking. But I'm not really in a situation where I need to avoid that yet. A Scorch Spitter. Oh my goodness. I'm the one playing the elemental deck here, dude. Oh yeah, well, how about an Overgrowth Elemental? We're gonna make our Omnath even bigger. And yeah, I think we're still attacking. Yeah, we are. Do I just want to do Omnath right now, or do I want to go ahead and push it with the Parcel Beast? Well, the Parcel Beast doesn't really have any good swings right now, so I think I'm better off using the Parcel Beast as either A, a blocker, or B... Oh, okay. We'll prioritize Omnath. I don't think... he doesn't have any combat traits, so it doesn't really matter, but that's what we're doing. So another elemental dies, Overgrowth Elemental gets bigger, I'm going to end the turn, and the off chance that they swing, I'll just block with the Parcel Beast and then activate it. Resolve. Another Omnath. Okay. Alright, and this time he's going after the Growth Elemental. We'll go ahead and resolve all. Opt. It's so familiar. It's like exactly how my deck is built. And I practically threw together my sideboard, so I don't know if I really have any efficient answers. So I guess we'll see. Alright, so my prediction is they're going to swing with the Risen. Nope, they're not. Alright, in that case, I'm just going to activate my Parcel Beast. Cool. That's not the worst thing to have right now. We will go ahead and play that Lightning Stormkin. I'm going to keep the steam vents in hand for now. And then we are going to move to doing 2 in the air. And there's not a thing we can do about it. Take that. Alright, whenever I land EBFs, put a +1/+1 counter, and they're going to put it on their own Omnath. I probably would have put it on the Risen Reef if I was in that position, but I'm not really going to criticize. Frostlink, now that I am going to criticize because that card sucks. Oh, you know what? I should have activated the Parcel Beast, so I guess it doesn't suck that bad, but 3 for a 2/2 and the ability to freeze something is not that great, in my opinion. They're really stalling it out, aren't they? Although, to be fair, it does look like we're kind of facing it downward at the moment. Cause, yeah, you know what? We are, because that Risen Reef really put them ahead. And you know, I didn't think about the fact that Growth Spiral would probably be pretty good in this deck. That might be something to consider adding. Okay, well that's a problem. Or at least it will be starting next turn. Yeah, this whole thing is going to be a problem starting next turn. Shoot. Well, on the plus side, we currently have a lot of life, so blocking is not necessary. On the downside, I just drew a Fertilade and it's not going to help. This is going to end badly, like, no matter what happens. I guess we'll swing with the Lightning Stormkin, and then I'm going to have to sacrifice the Leafkin Druid and the Fertilid next turn. On the plus side, I can get an activation off of it and get some free ramp / filtering, but this went really good to really bad, really quickly. There's the Cloudkin Seer. It's another one of the cards I don't really like that much. I mean, it's a flyer, and it draws you a card. I don't know. It might just be me. So yeah, we'll let that all resolve. We'd probably be in a lot better place had I managed to get in a Risen Reef, but I didn't. And so right now, all of the excessive value is currently on our opponent's side. So... And, sure would be nice. On the plus side, next time I attack with the Parcel Beast, I could actually bring Omnath back. Alright, resolve. On the downside, I don't see us surviving long enough to do that at the moment. Nothing has trample, so right now, just looking at the board, I can stop 6 and 5, but I would still take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, I'm already dead. Actually, come to think of it. At this point in time, it's theatrics. I've already died. The only way I haven't died is if for some reason our opponent does not swing. See, this is just excessive. Okay, that's an interesting bad choice. Or no, it might be good for them. Oh, no, yeah. That was great. That was a really funny way to die. Okay. So, now we're going on to game 2. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what we can do to make our dreams come true. So, I'm not really feeling Thunderkin Awakener right now, just because it didn't really do that much. No, we'll keep it in there, because I still want to experiment with it. What can I take out? What is something I don't really care about right now? Oh, you know what? I have Essence Scatter in here, which means I can make room and put in some counters, as well as ways to just overall make my deck better. So I want to go ahead and drop one Parcel Beast, the Fertilid, and I'm thinking both copies of Overgrowth Elemental, and in the place I'm going to put in another Lightning Stormkin, because as you saw, going over the top was a good move, and then we'll put in some copies of Essence Capture. I don't know if I really have the land balance to have that much Essence Capture in there, but you know, now that I'm saying it out loud, that I really don't. So I'll put in 2 and hope that I get it when I need it. In the meantime, we'll do 3 Lightning Storm Cannons, see if that gives us a better shot. Alright. I am again going to draw first. I'm going to keep this hand. Of course, our opponent is going to... Oh, shoot, did I click draw first? Oh, well. I don't know what I was thinking. But I'll be keeping this, because I can Trailblazer and then follow up with a Parcel Beast, and I have very balanced lands in hand at the moment. So, I'll keep the 7. Cool for your Rugged Highlands. Okay, so we'll put down the Temple of Mystery. I am perfectly fine with getting a Vivian up on the top. Alright. Healer of the Blade. Interesting choice. I'm going to put down a Stomping Ground and pay 2 life for it. Drop a Creeping Trailblazer. And then pass over to the opponent. To put down a Scorch Spitter, a fairly annoying card, and then I am going to put in a tapped Stomping Ground, and then I am going to mutate a Parcel Beast onto a freaking Trailblazer, which in essence all it really does is gives it a bigger butt, but that's perfectly fine. We're not going to attack at the moment. On the following turn, I definitely want to be doing... Oh no, not the Risen Reef. So, one of the things that we need to make sure we do right away is get rid of that Risen Reef in any way possible. I think what we're going to do is we're going to start off by playing Opt. I don't want any more land, thank you. I don't really want a Leafkin Druid either. I'm thinking what we're going to do is put down a Breeding Pool, pay 2 life for it, drop Vivian Champion of the Wilds, and we'll use her -2 effect.
Strike now! Strike hard!
I have to exile something. I'll exile the Swiftwater Cliffs, even though I didn't do what I was looking to do. I'm still not going to attack because right now I'm in a situation where all of my blocks are beneficial. And now I'm not. This is just not going good for me. My deck doesn't want to play nice. Oh, goodness.
Another reason. Again. Not bad. For a mouse.
Okay, so you know what? We got a Risen Reef. I can start working around this, so we'll hit with the Risen Reef. Cool, got a Scorch Spitter. We'll hit with a Leafkin Druid. Got another Risen Reef. Let's see if I can't somehow get ahead in this value race. So our opponent's already got a significantly better head start. And they're just gonna hit whatever they can, or play whatever they can. Get some bonus off the Risen Reef. down, they're gonna buff the Scorch Spitter. Not a bad play. Okay, so... Yep, I don't want to lose my Leaf Kindred just yet, so we're gonna block Spitter, and we're gonna take a lot of damage. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if we go to 6 lands, we can go Risen Reef. And if I do this right, I can combo off for a ton of extra value. Okay. Take action, just taps. Alright, so right now I can either play another Leafkin Druid, or I can play a Scorch Spitter and an Opt. And I'm thinking Scorch Spitter and Opt, probably. Oh, you know what? No, I can play Omnath right now. So we're gonna get rid of their Risen Reef, so we can put an end to their value train. Good thing that I noticed that my Leafkin Druid really bumped up there. Downside is right now we don't have any good attacks. Upside, and we're at 8 life and our opponent is at 30. Upside is we have the value train now, so we might be able to get lucky yet. I'll just play another Risen Reef. So let's see. I think on the following turn I can actually start doing some pretty ridiculous stuff, but I really need to get something that's going to be a home run right now. So we're taking 3 from the clouds and 1 from the Scorch Spitter, whether we like it or not. I think we're going to block here and here. And lose. Shoots. Ah! Apparently I missed something or I'm bad at math. Alright, well that's an unfortunate start. But we will be back momentarily with the second round. Alright, so we are now on to the next battle, and we're going to be playing against Killborn. Again, we'll be using our elemental deck. Let's see how things go. Now, unfortunately, we're running a little bit behind, so hopefully with any luck, this isn't going to be super delayed. Either way, we're going to try to have some fun. Oh, look at this cool background. It's like a little arena. Okay. So we have 2 copies of Breeding Pool of Forest, a Creeping Trailblazer, Chandra, Overgrowth Elemental, and Risen Reef. The Risen Reef is enough for me to keep this. Assuming things go well, it should be fine. What's our opponent's companion? So he's only doing cards with 3 CMC or greater. Okay. So it's just an EBF mass draw is basically all it is. So we're gonna have this one enter tapped because we can't really benefit off of losing 2 life if we're not gonna be playing spells. It should be interesting to see what our opponent plays, I think. Given that we just drew a mountain, I think the best move here is to put down the Creeping Trailblazer. Next turn our opponent should be playing possibly their first card. since we know everything is going to be 3 or less. It was not their first card, so that's interesting. We're going to hit with the Risen Reef. Draw. Cool. And we're going to go ahead and get in 2 points of damage. I don't know where that meow came from. Stevens. Okay, so let's take a second to think here. We could put down one of our pain lands and then play a 3-drop like Overgrowth Elemental. Or we could put down Kihira, the Orphan Guard. I'm thinking in this situation I might want to do Kihira, so I'm going to put down the Breeding Pool, tapped, and we will go ahead and play Kihira. Now, of course, she's not an Elemental, so we obviously didn't get the bonus from Risen Reef. But I think 6 points of damage is pretty relevant. Okay, we got Sarkhan the Masterless, and I say that state last is pretty cool. Okay, so they have played a 4/4. That's pretty intimidating. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna play our Thunderkin Awake. Well, before we do that, I want to make sure that we. That's right. We have to play right. So yeah, we'll play the Thunderkin Awakener. Never mind what I was originally thinking here. Okay, Scorch Spitter. Not what I'm looking for, but not bad. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and take an L with 2 life, and we're going to hit with a Scorch Spitter, and then following that, a Leaf Kindred. Okay, we got no ramp out of that, but here's what I'm thinking. I am going to not attack this turn because... Oh, it's fires! Okay. Hey, terrifying, but fire's an invention. Oh no.
Gods once, I am one again.
Oh no. Okay, that's not super great. Alright. Let's think here. I still have my value engine. They still have their dragon. It's gonna kind of have to be a damage race here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mutate this Parcel Beast onto the Scorch Spitter. Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, I just realized I probably would have preferred to put it on the Thunderkin, but it's fine for now. And then my follow-up play is I'm going to put down an Overgrowth Elemental. Put the +1/+1 counter on the Parcel Beast. And yes, we will gladly take the ramp. Oh, and that's right, we can play another card. I'm thinking we're going to put down another Overgrowth Elemental. And this time we will put the +1/+1 counter on the Thunderkin Awakener. Cool, we got another Trailblazer. That's going to be useful for next turn. Now we're going to attack with the Parcel Beast. And I really don't want to deal with Nicol Bolas right now, so we are going to put an end to that.
Things to attend to.
I'm pretty sure on the following turn, I'm going to try to do something about Sarkhan. Or not. Even though we just lost the Parcel Beast. But we do have the Thunderkin Awakener, which means we can start bringing stuff back. This is going to end up being a very interesting game no matter what.
To the skies.
So we have Chandra Novice Pyromancer, and I'm thinking, let's do some numbers here. If they block the biggest thing, which is Overgrowth Elemental, then I can swing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I'm pretty sure I can win just off of that, but we'll play a couple of extra things just in case. Yeah. Ooh, I kind of overdid it there. We'll put the steam vents, 2 life. And then we will, we'll cast the Chandra. Go +2 to all of my elementals. And then swing all at the opponent. Yep, that's a loss for him. So we move on to the sideboard, and let's think. So in this round, it's going to all be about speed. I'm going to drop the Fertilid, and I'm going to add another Lightning Stormkin. I didn't like the look of those Planeswalkers, but I don't know if I really have great options against that. I think our only change is going to be the Lightning Stormkin. Yeah. And that's just because it has haste, it drops for 2. I'm fairly confident we can make do. So let's see if we can't get our second win, or if we're going to have to fight a little bit harder for it. Okay, so Vents, Embereth Forest, Temple, Opt, Omnath, and Risen Reef. I'm gonna say keep, because I can Opt and I have my Risen Reef / Omnath combo. Let's see how this goes. The details of this arena are kind of cool. I mean, if you take a look, like over here in the upper right hand side, you can see a bunch of like little banners hanging down, and it's got all of the symbols. I don't know, maybe I'm weird. So we will pay 2 life, in essence, to draw a card on the upcoming turn. Worth it. So we will Opt. Yeah, that gives us a turn 2 play, so we'll take it. There's another one. Alright, so Leaf Kindred. And then next turn I'm thinking Temple of Mystery following that Rift. Asha! That's problematic.
Final terror.
Yeah, I need more practice.
Chandra got her a little bit in there at the end, so it's worth mentioning whatever goes on top is most likely going to go away forever. So we will just put that right there. It doesn't really matter. Oh, except for the fact that it does matter because Risen Reef is going to put it into our hand. Alright, cool. On the next turn, we're probably going to have to take out... Wow, it seems like this is probably going to end up being a Super Friends deck. Yikes. We might actually get completely stomped here.
Not dead yet.
Alright, well, let's take a look at this Narset. Might be a good idea to get rid of that. Would definitely be a good idea to get rid of that. Let's start with we'll put down a land. So what we can do right now, because what I want to do is I want to hit with the Omnath, but I really want it to count. I would ideally love to get rid of the Ashiok. What is my opponent really getting with this Narset? Next turn, they either hurt me further or... I don't know. Ashiok is annoying. I think Narset's a bit of a threat. So, what we're gonna do is we are, of course, instead going to focus almost exclusively on... Well, you don't attack.
You must be cruel.
I think we're gonna focus on getting rid of the Ashiok, because that's actually a tad bit more problematic. I mean, look at this. We've already lost... Well, actually, it's mostly just land, so it's not terrible, but... Alright, so Fires of Intervention... See, we just lost 2 creeping trailblazers. That's a serious problem.
Let me help you practice.
Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. That's gonna be a serious pain in the butt. So... We're gonna put down Castle Ember just because it's gonna enter untapped. Then we will tap that. And the Castle Embereth. And the Temple of Mystery. And I guess the Forest. Because apparently I don't know how to do math. And play on that with the Royal. We are going to destroy that monster boy over there. We're going to hit the board with this. And then we are going to take out Ashiok. So that's currently our biggest nuisance. It's going to be interesting to see what we have to deal with next, because I'm not sure what other possible threats that could be put in. This is a very off-the-charts kind of homebrew, not necessarily in a bad way, it's just not something I've really seen. Seems pretty experimental. Okay. Exile target permanent opponent controls. That was the cat. That was our anthem effect. Yeah, okay, so they're going for a removal combo here. The plus side, especially because they don't know about it, is that we have more on-maths on hand. So we can kind of almost do... Ah, that sucks. Okay, we will... We'll put the Stomping Ground down tapped. We'll play on-math. And... get rid of our set. Now let's take a look what happens next turn.
I lost my focus.
Okay, we don't care about that because non-creature spells are not something we deal with. So, I guess we're just not attacking. Another Shark Typhoon. Another Fires of Invention. So, I guess we're gonna deal with a bunch of flying sharks. And by deal with, I mean probably lose to. Because off the top of my head, I can't think of any solutions. I don't have board wipes in this deck. And... yeah, every single time they cast something, it just hurts. So, I think that's a pretty cool seeded combo. Fires of Invention with Shark Typhoon. Yeah, that works really well. That's pretty solid. I'll admit that. I'll also admit that I don't know what we're gonna do. They have enough overhead to just win next turn, and I can't swing right now, so I think we just concede. Okay, so we now know that we're dealing with flyers as the biggest threat, and we also know that this Thunderkin Awakener has not so far been helpful, so we're going to swap him out with the Lightning Stormkin and possibly change our deck to only have that later. What else do we know? We know that using Planeswalkers is a very important part of this deck, of our opponent's deck, I mean. So it probably wouldn't be the worst idea to try to figure out a way to get rid of them. The only thing I can really think of is we could either use Fling or Shock. Brazen Borrower is a bad idea. I don't know. Something tells me it's all just going to be about timing aggression. This is our last chance to beat them, so I guess let's see what happens. Let's consider this hand. We have a Stormkin and a way to play it with Vivian, so we can get more stuff. So yeah, we'll keep this one. We'll open with a tapped Steam Vents. On the next turn, we'll play a Stormkin, get some early damage in. And because of the limitations of his deck, we get 4 damage for free, basically. Make that 5. Forest, Pink Trailblazer, and Stormkin.
Just the trick for this.
I'm thinking we might be alright to win this one. I'm gonna play Omnath now. Damage is a Planeswalker to the opponent. We will send the Stormkin at the opponent's. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I did that backwards. We're going to send the Stormkin at the Narset, the Trailblazer at the opponent.
Such violence.
Denying their value and... you know what? Hopefully helping get ahead. So I'm thinking they're probably going to use that second ability.
Strike with a cunning mind.
Yep, they did. And they went after the Omnath, which makes sense. Let's see, I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points damage. If I play the Anthem effect, that's gonna be even more damage. I think getting rid of the Narset is going to be one of the big things that we're going to want to do this turn, so. We will put down a Steam Kit, or a Steam Vents and take damage, and what we're going to do is we will play the Reef. Cool, Scorch Spitter, that's pretty good, and then we will play the Druid. Get more value. We are going to send the Trailblazer at Narset, the Stormkin at the opponent. Once again, denying value, getting damage. And on the following turn, we should possibly be able to get...
Come to me!
So 4/4 Dragon means they're gonna stop whatever our possible biggest spell is, and right now, that's gonna be one of our Stormkins. action. Enters tapped. So I can play the Orphan Guard, and that's going to guarantee 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It might be enough to pull off a win. Is it? Here's what I'm thinking. We're gonna try it.
I will. Come on. Listen to them. Come on.
Yikes. Is that the static effect? Yo, that was the win. Okay, sweet. Alright. 2-1 for us, and we will have another match here shortly. Alright, we are on to our third match so far. We have had a 1-0. And let's get right into it. I'll tell you one thing. They're definitely going to change this deck when we are done. Because I'm not really liking the way... Oh, thank you. I'm not really liking the way that the Thunderkin Awakener is working, although it looks like we might have an opportunity for it to test its worth. But given the fact that the only reason why I want it in there is to get a good combo off with the Parcel Beast, I don't see it really staying. Alright, Temple of Enlightenment. We gonna hit it with a Steam Vents. 2 life for it. For our turn, we will opt. I'm not really hurting for land. I mean, it would be nice to have additional green, but I can work without it. So we'll go Forest, Thunderkin Awakener, because it has haste. Let's see here. Alright, so I think this turn what we're doing is we are going to mutate Parcel Beast onto the Thunderkin. See how our opponent reacts to that. Going over. Hit Scorch Bitter. And swing. Alright, so our opponent hasn't done anything yet, and I don't know if that's something we should be, worrying about.
Sorry I'm late.
Well, that's a Teferi, which means we could very easily be putting our Parcel Beast combo back into our hand.
Don't worry.
That's exactly what we're doing. Lovely. Okay. I mean, worse things. Because now we can put a Parcel Beast onto a Scorch Spitter. Bitch, didn't see that one coming, did ya? I'm getting too cocky here. So, I believe we're gonna kill Teferi. Because Teferi is annoying. I also believe that we're gonna put down a mountain and recast our Thunderkin. Then our Parcel Beast is gonna go towards Teferi. Our Thunderkin is gonna go towards our opponent.
We will meet again.
I'm sure we will. Okay, so Thunderkin Awakener, Parcel Beasts. Our opponent is putting down something called Birth of Meletus, which at the moment is letting them ramp. Let's see what else they're doing. The following turn, they're going to make a wall, and then after that, they get 2 life. Yeah, sounds like a white card. We're doing Scorch Spitter. We're doing part of me wants to say Stomping Ground Elemental Opt. Overgrowth Elemental Opt. I think that's what we're gonna go with. So we'll pay another 2 life. Because, we don't mind suffering for some reason. That'll hit. Hopefully. And I'm thinking we'll probably put on the Thunderkin Awakener. That way, in the event we start losing stuff. No, because our opponent's going to be playing a wall here soon. So, we're actually going to put it on Parcel Beast. And I'm thinking we'll play the Orphan Guard next turn. So, 1 damage, and next. So, do I want to opt, or do I want to put down our Scorch Spitter? And because I'm thinking Orphan Guard next turn, we will play the Scorch Spitter right now. Our opponent is apparently going to draw a card, which, I'm fine with that. Cool. Alright, so, wall time. Oh! Well, at least we get some life. But that was a board wipe. And that's not good for us. That's a Scorch Spitter though, and that's actually pretty decent for us. We want to use up as much mana as possible, so we're going to take the risk with the opt. We definitely don't want a forest. We don't want a Temple of Mystery either. We do want a Creeping Trailblazer next turn though. And that's it. Okay, so our opponent gains 2 life. You gonna counter it? No. Here's the real question. Are they going to counter my Orphan Guard? I guess let's find out. I mean, worst case scenario if they do, we do have the Trailblazer and Scorch Spitter on the field at the moment. Trailblazer... Yeah, that is. That sucks. Trailblazer can pump. So... that's pretty rough. He pumps expensively, but... Oh, hold on. Have I been reading this wrong for a long time? Yeah. +1/+1 for each elemental you control. So that means for 4 mana with the right stuff... we're gonna keep that in hand. See what our opponent is thinking about doing. See, we're keeping it in hand for the purpose of bluffing. I don't know if it's going to work, but if they think we have something in hand, they might be hesitant to do stuff. Okay. Yeah, we'll resolve it. So let's see what they do for a block. If they block the Trailblazer, they don't. You know what? I mean, we're activating the ability on the Trailblazer no matter what. And we will keep the bluff in hand no matter anyway. What is this? Okay. Can't really do much of anything. We're not getting any value engine going here, so we don't really benefit from attacking because they can block with the Dream Trawler thing and just gain life. So it would be in our best interest not to attack. Yeah. It's a pretty effective card. It's a pretty good card. I mean, it just brought our opponent back up to 10 life. So we need to win a damage race here. Now, at the moment, I can get my Trailblazer up to a 6/6, and most likely it's just going to result in knocking our opponent's Shark out of the sky. It's going to cost us 2 life, though. Of course. I mean, might as well pump it. I don't really see any reason not to. I don't really see any reason to do it, but on the plus side, we can also follow up by putting it on the Leaf Kindred. And the downside to that is we're more or less confessing that we don't have anything in our hand, and I mean, now not only are we top decking, but we are telling our opponent that we're top decking. And I mean, it's blue and white, which means they're not only a control player, they're most likely a very experienced control player.
Stand by and watch.
And they're in a good situation where we really aren't. Ouch. Yeah, I don't see a situation where we win this. We're gonna move to the next step. Now, one thing I've observed so far is that our opponent is a tad bit slow. So we might be able, once again, to take advantage of that by adding the Lightning Stormkins. Which you're probably sure it's never removed. Let's see here. The big guy in the sky is a bit of a problem. Maybe this would be a good time to experiment with the Brazen Borrower. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and drop a Leafkin Druid and a Parcel Beast and put in 2 copies of Brazen Borrower. And see, in the event that we draw it, if that makes enough of a difference. The problem is I don't really know the meta to begin with, and I don't really know much about how the meta has shifted. They're probably sideboarding to be heavy anti-creature, which means we're dealing with a lot more board wipes, most likely. Anyway, but I don't know a lot about the current meta. I don't know how it has or might have changed since Ikoria came out. You know, thanks to the quarantine, we haven't seen a lot of paper stuff, so people are just kind of messing around on Arena and MTGO. to see how things work. So it's gonna be a while before I can figure out exactly what a good sideboard's gonna look like. And my main board is suffering pretty badly right now too. But I know two things so far. One, I'm really bad against control, and two, I struggle pretty badly against RDW. Well, it looks like our opponent is ready, so some water here. Naturally, I'm going to be on the play. Ow! Ooh! Ah! It's all pretty low to the ground, and it'll combo into some pretty awesome power, but do I really want to risk it? Yes, I do! Oh, I am so worried I'm going to regret this. Oh, can you say regret? Alright. Maybe we'll get lucky with Ox. No. Come on. Yes! Okay, that I can work with. So, you know, we're gonna do 4 damage to ourselves. It's fine. You know, I'm certain it'll all work out. Yeah, I get to play Creeping Trailblazer next turn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points of damage. Unless they counter. Then it's just 4 points damage. Who knows, with any luck, we'll just get a good speed run here. Okay, I'm another C. If we get lucky, we might be able to make it to where our victory is going to be pretty well locked. Because in the best situation... Oh, okay, they played Fury. Oh yes, bounce the Trailblazer. Huh? Come on.
No, I am not making it better.
Okay, apparently not. Well, I'm gonna play another Trailblazer. I don't want to deal with Teferi a lot, so I'm gonna send the Scorch Spitter at our opponent, Trailblazer at Teferi.
I suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
And depending on what our opponent plays next, we could win? I don't know. It's really hard to tell right now. Well, they didn't play anything. Could be a good sign or a bad side, but what we're going to do is we're going to play a Scorch Spitter. And then we're going to play a Scorch Spitter. And then we're going to play a Breeding Pool. It's going to enter tapped. Now, normally I would be scared in this situation, but right now I'm feeling brave. Either our opponent has something or he doesn't, and that's not going to change. Okay, well, they're getting a shark. Okay. So we're going to take down the Scorch Spitter, go down to 2 points of life. I think we have it. I think not. Well, the only thing we can play is the Orphan Guard, so we will play the Orphan Guard. Doesn't help right now, but... What they say, kids, don't keep sketchy hands. I mean, our opponent is down to 2 life, and that's pretty good. What is this card? True Metro's probably for card, then wreck all creatures, so, okay. That's, I think, a board wipe. Okay. With Thunder Awakener, unless they either counter or have a combat trick that allows them to stop a second attack, I think we win. That's annoying. Oh, come on, we're so close to victory. Okay, well the fact that they're attacking is a little bit worrisome because it means they're not scared of me swinging back at them. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so we will play this. I do have stuff in my graveyard. Yeah, I could go get a Creeping Trailblazer with the Thunderkin Awakener. I don't know how relevant that's going to be. The problem is, if I attack with both, I run the risk of losing either one. I think I'm better off trying to see if they attack. And if they do, then I can swing with both. Nope, they're not. Okay. Right now I need a land. That's not a land. That's a Vivian. I'll play the Vivian because why not, but... I hate control decks. I don't hate them nearly as much as I hate RDW, but I hate control decks.
I have practiced against many foes. Meditate and prepare.
I mean, RDW, you don't even get a chance to actually enjoy playing the game.
Right on, skid.
And then against Control...
I have done.
I mean... Control has the flaw of usually having to put in so much stuff that allows them to take control that's sometimes, if not just straight up, often hard to successfully win. But it's still really annoying to play against. Oh my goodness. Yes, we'll put it on top. I would like to play the game. Please, thank you.
Keep an open mind.
I wish I was playing Pokemon right now.
That's
This
more
is
like
so
it.
painful. You see that? You see, we had them down to 2, and look, we're gonna lose. We don't have a chance now. I don't think we have a chance. I mean, I'll play on math just out of spite. I'll play Omen of the Sea. Yeah, I think we're done. We're done. We're killing Teferi just because I hate Teferi.
Hardly my worst.
I hate
defeat.
Teferi players. I hate that card. But we're gonna admit defeat. Oh, well, that was painful to play and most likely somewhat painful to watch. But, you know, what are you gonna do? Alright, we will have, I think 2 more matches? 1 or 2 more matches before the end of the night, so hang tight. Alright, so It turns out that the person who I was supposed to play in the 4th round ended up dropping out. I don't know if he just had a bad score or if he had something else to do, but there's not going to be a 4th game for this video, unfortunately. So instead, what we're going to do is take a look. We're going to contemplate how our games went and take a look at what we could possibly do to upgrade this deck just for a few minutes and see if we can't make something better from it. So it turns out that Fertilid is constantly useless. So I'm going to be removing it, and I'm going to put, oops, I just removed Lightning Stormkin, but I'm going to be putting it back in. Put the Stormkin back in, so we'll do 1, 2 copies of it. Possibly put a 3rd one in. Now, let's think here. Parcel Beast usually does what I need it to, so I'll probably keep it. Now, here's the one I'm really debating on. In theory, this card we can use to get elementals back from the graveyard, but there's 2 problems with that. The first is it doesn't usually seem necessary to get stuff back from the graveyard, and second off, we can only really get like 2 things back from the grave with Thunderkin Awakener, which is Scorched Bitter and Risen Reef on its own. Now, if we get a counter on it from Overgrowth Elemental or from Omnath, then of course we can start getting the Trailblazer, the Overgrowth Elementals, the Stormkins, and if you put Parcel Beast on it through the Mutate, then you can put anything down. So I don't know. I really want to see if it's worth keeping, but I just don't see it being worth keeping, if I'm being entirely honest. I mean, you know, to be fair here, it has not yet so far proven to be useful. I did not once do what I needed it to do during these games. Now, of course, just about all of them are very niche situations, so I don't know if that's a really fair evaluation. But what I'm going to do, because I've been experimenting with this pretty much all day, is I'm going to go back down to just 1 copy, and we'll go, oh, whoops, hold up. Up under the Lightning Stormkin, just because I like that flying ability, plus the haste is pretty relevant. No, I'm going to go the opposite direction. I will keep the 2 in there for now, and I'll run a few more experiments with it. Let's see how it looks. Now, I'm probably not going to do a video with the Elemental deck for quite some time, because I have a couple of other decks I definitely want to showcase. I have another deck I'm currently working on that focuses on the Mutate mechanic. It's not quite there, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. I also have draft videos that will be coming out. So it's most likely going to be a while before we revisit this, but we definitely will, because honestly, struggle with it or not, I have a lot of fun with this deck, and I think we could see some pretty good gameplay out of it. But for now, do want to thank y'all for watching, and if you happen to be one of my opponents during this tournament, I'm sorry if I said anything mean. I honestly don't remember anything that I said already. But I also enjoyed playing the games with you, even if some of them were frustrating. And that's all.